Academics and Meek Mill, they had their thing really quick, and we was like, oh shit, like, you know, Ak is very vocal, and he's probably one of the people who had a really, really strong year, visibly at least, from what we can see optically. He had a really strong year covering the Drake and Kendrick beef. But now, let's get into Q2. Because Like That drops, and now the floodgates open. Yeah.
And it's funny, because we could use that to kind of talk about what I want to talk about in Q2. See, Meek is now an independent artist, and I felt like there's a lot of independent artists from our era who were on these major labels, and now in these years, they're finding new ways to adapt and keep up with us and keep up with the times. So I think his disagreement between academics is on some real like, dog, I'm Meek Mill, you know how much money I made, you know what I do, and now they're having to readjust to the times, you know? J. Cole, right?
Yeah. Let's enter J. Cole into the chat.
Let's do it.
Going back to motherfuck the big three, it's just Big Me. That could be taken a lot of different ways. At this point in time, J. Cole took it a certain way. He dropped a body of work, might delete later, which it had some mixed reviews. But I think now in present day, J. Cole really salvaged his year, his image. And
that campaign that they carried out, A1.
Phenomenal. And we got some J. Cole stands with us, so I know we'll talk about that. I can't wait to talk about it. But at this time, in this period, he did drop a diss to Kendrick Lamar that is no longer on streaming, that we did, you know, kind of forget about. We don't really talk about, but on Might Delete Later, he dropped a diss track. Do y'all want to start with the diss track? Do y'all want to go there? And then we kind of move? Because
before we get into the diss track, I want to say when First Person Shooter dropped, I just Googled it. It dropped October 31st, so 2023. I was so confused because I'm like, why would you guys do a record like addressing that you guys are the big three and not have the big three on it? You can check me out on Breakfast Club. I said that shit verbatim. Why is Kendrick not on the record? So fast forward to Like That and then to 7 Minute Drill. Don't hype me up for war if we're not going to war. That's the only thing I'm mad about. Because it's like, I was going to defend you with my life just for you to be like, nah, we ain't doing it. That was crazy. And I watched it in real time.
It was crazy.
Because they was talking greasy on First Person Shooter.
Yes, they was.
I don't think both fan bases really understand, for a dude like Kendrick, who is considered to be their peers, hearing that, how they would react to what they were saying on First Person Shooter.
But 7 Minute Drill was not as greasy as First Person Shooter. That's why I'm like, what?
It wasn't.
It wasn't.
What
it sounded like his cadence on that, obviously hindsight is 2020, but I remember thinking this when I heard 7 Minute Drill for the first time, like, it didn't sound like he believed himself when he was like rapping. I remember just like the tone of his voice was very like, not really going for the jugular. Yeah. So I was like, oh, like, did you really put your heart into this? And it turns out he didn't. He literally deleted it.
It's not a drill. We in war. It's war.
And when I say greasy, I mean like they were putting their foot in the soil like it's us.
They're very braggadocious.
Yes, Drake and J. Cole, like, it's us two. We don't even see no one else. It's like, yo, bro, how do you think a dude like that finna react?
Music video was fire too.
It was amazing. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
They did. I can't lie.
I think one of the things that I feel like, again, all of this is hindsight 2020, but at this point, Drake was wrapping up a tour, so he did not respond immediately to Like That.
Right.
And a lot of people was like, yo, where's Drake? Where's Drake? Where's Drake? Because it was very clear the subliminals, and not even such subliminal, but the verse that Kendrick had on Like That was a direct shot to Drake. And so leading up to this point, everybody's asking, where is Drake?
Drake had his Long Island show after Like That drop. I was there. Ooh. I felt it.
You felt
Niggas can't take a joke because it's not one. That energy was on 10. Energy was on 10. But one thing I will say, I salute to Drake. He's always up, like, for the challenge.
Oh,
that's a fact. That has to be saluted.
Yeah.
That has to, and a lot of people were confused because for the longest, we've always known for Drake and Future to be the closest.
I know.
Like, if I would have known that Wait For You would have been their last collaboration. Oh, man.
Well, that's so sad when you say it like that.
I'm not mad because I'm tired of the toxic niggas. Can y'all, both of y'all need to grow up.
But what about for the niggas that ain't grown yet?
I've thought that way about Future for a while.
There's new niggas for that.
There's new, okay.
Y'all should be past this.
Should be past it.
Yes.
See, that's spoken like a true J. Cole fan because his subject matter is maturing, but it's not like done in like a weird way, I like it.
It's not corny.
It's not corny. Well, in my opinion, it's not corny.
It's not mad at that. Before we really dive into this beef, because this is gonna last a few months, I do want to remind y'all of a few that also happened throughout this year, throughout this time period. The first one, do y'all remember Taylor Swift dissed Kim Kardashian this year?
Oh, yeah.
On her album.
We had some mayo beef, y'all.
We had some mayo on mayo.
Yeah.
That's mayo and spicy mayo.
Spicy mayo.
Yeah, that's spicy mayo right there.
Sushi.
Yes, we did.
They put the sriracha in the mayo.
I didn't even know they played like that.
Yeah, that was a diss.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so used to seeing our bullshit and mess on the blogs. I'm like, oh shit, y'all do that too? Okay.
Yep.
All right. Because what was it again? She said her name in a song or something like that?
The song title,
Yeah.
it was like some words or whatever, and then she only capitalized K-I-M.
And there's only like one Kim in the world. Forget my mom. Forget my mother.
Let's not.
Right? There's only one Kim, Taylor Swift.
Let's not.
Shout out to you. But yeah, Taylor Swift, she dissed Kim Kardashian this year. Also around the same time, there was another beef that was brewing. Again, I like to highlight this beef because I like petty shit. And whether he meant it or not, cool. I don't give a fuck. He said it. Chris Brown versus Quavo.
Oh my God.
man.
I was so mad that was happening. Why are we doing this?
Yeah, we
Chris?
were like, what the fuck is happening right now?
Man.
Like,
All right, I could finally say it. We gassed the Chris Brown versus. We gassed them.
You've been dying to get that off your chest.
I've been dying. I've been dying to get it.
but when they freshly dropped though, it was like,
We gassed
whoa, like, you know,
Don't do
it
that.
was.
In the moment,
Yeah, it was.
And that's what I'm saying. In hindsight, now I'm seeing it so clearly. The Quavo shit, yeah, it wasn't perfect. And did Chris Brown put out a better response? Yes. But we was gassing that Chris Brown shit like, oh my God, yo, Chris was. I'm like,
The gas.
it's cool. It was cool.
The gas was
going
warranted because he an R&B nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It was warranted. I would give him that. But to me, their beef just felt like noise. It's like, all right, y'all niggas gonna either fight or shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like I don't want this. I don't want the music.
I agree. It got a little muddy.
I don't want this.
I don't
Should I
want
keep that
this.
shit over there?
Keep it over
They
there.
got in the mud too, though. Didn't he say he wished it was Takeoff that passed away instead
know.
of?
And that's the
I mean, him that passed away instead of Takeoff.
That is-
I'm not gonna. I like people who say things you shouldn't say.
No, that is you. Of course you
I'm
do.
not agreeing. I don't care, right? Like, you know, God bless. Again, that's
He gonna say
tragedy.
God bless at the end.
Nah, you gotta.
He gonna God bless it to clean it up at the end.
You gotta God bless a nigga, like,
Got to.
but for Chris Brown to feel how he feels,
Yeah.
for him to say, because you gotta think, when you got an enemy, and I don't know how y'all feel. I don't know if y'all ever have enemies like Regi. I can't imagine her to have enemies. I can imagine people not liking Regi for whatever reason.
I'm not
because
everyone's cup of
she's
tea.
just
They
great.
just hating,
She's
you
just,
know?
exactly like just knowing
Got
my
nothing
friend,
to do with me.
knowing her personality.
Just a chill girl.
She's awesome. It's almost impossible for her to have an enemy because an enemy it
Stop
takes
it.
two. I hate a lot of niggas.
Exactly. Like, it does take two.
Yeah, you
Because,
heard
like,
him, right?
if someone hates me out there,
Yeah, I hate
that's
him
just with
getting started,
themselves.
Yeah.
Like, it has
Nah,
nothing to do with me.
Like, we gotta hate each other. And so for Chris Brown to actually say, hey, engineer, press play and record, nigga, you should have died instead of I appreciate that.
Like he had to ad-lib that shit.
And that was before Kendrick really initiated the hate. Because
Facts.
Kendrick made it okay to hate this shit.
See, exactly. So again, I do want to just highlight that Chris Brown and Quavo, they did have, they had a little battle during the beginning stages of the Drake and the Kendrick shit. There are some albums that came out around this time of year. I do want to talk about really, really quick. We don't have to stay too long.
Let's highlight them.
PartyNextDoor. Highly anticipated.
Yeah.
One of our pillars in R&B, somebody who curated the sound of today. He dropped around this time. Obviously, we talked about Taylor Swift. She dropped. She sold 1 million records. Shout out to T Swift. She's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Those bots working for you. They're going to come investigate someday.
Nah, that ain't bots.
Allegedly.
Them is real people, I fear.
Allegedly.
Metro Boomin and Future, they dropped the second album or the second part of the Still Don't Trust You or We Don't Trust You, which is We Still Don't Trust You. J. Cole, Might
love a
Delete
theme.
Later. And then Bryson Tiller. Self-proclaimed album, Bryson Tiller. Again, I feel like the only reason I really want to highlight this moment or this time of the year is because two of our giants in R&B dropped.
Yeah,
Right,
for sure,
like-
for sure.
Bryce's project was tough.
I
Loved it.
loved his album.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Amazing.
Loved it.
And-
Loved it.
Calypso, Ciao, oh my God.
Oh my
Attention, oh
So
my
much.
God.
So much.
Whatever she wants.
Whatever she wants.
Whatever she wants. That was the thing.
That was a single, yeah.
So because, again, this is not just a hip-hop. We are just music lovers in general. I feel like it doesn't get bigger in R&B for present day than PartyNextDoor and Bryson. And they also dropped this year, too. So I did want to just really quickly highlight that.
Yes. I do think Bryson put out the better project of the two. I'm a hardcore PartyNextDoor fan. For those of y'all that don't know, I've probably been to like 4 or 5 Party concerts. I love his music. I was a big fan of P3. P4, it was cool. It was cool. I just don't know where he's at right now artistically, and that's okay. Sometimes, again, art imitates life.
But see, to your point of it was cool, Drake being like, yeah, me and P coming back. It's like, bro, that last shit wasn't really moving the needle, so you relying on him as the you know what I'm saying? What is it?
Are we gonna get
going
that
on.
Go to Atlanta just to get your lingo back.
This
is not the lingo. This ain't the lingo you want. P&D's not doing it for me right now.
P&D my twin though, yo.
I'm sorry.
And then he gained that weight back. That's when I knew he was back in his bag. That's when I knew he was back.
Stay out the bag.
Yeah.
I do think, I just want to say, like, we're going to have an in-depth music conversation at the end. So that's why we're, like, breezing through these really great albums.
Yeah.
But I will say For Certain on P4 is, like, I think it's one of his best songs he's ever made.
For
that
Certain
song
is great.
so sexy. Like, I love it so much.
You know what it is?
You don't like For
shit,
Certain?
For Certain is
I'm
great.
gonna download it right now.
That's the wine joint, the wine your waist joint.
Yeah. Let me hear that.
Huh?
How it go?
I gotta hear it. I got you.
Okay. All right. Well, while you get to that, so now the second half of Q2 is where we really get to the shits with Drake and Kendrick. Again, a ton of y'all listening right now, y'all discovered us through this beef, this moment in time, because we were trying to cover it in real time. Every single time they dropped a song, we would hit the group chat and we would come to the studio.
We were on it.
Like, we were really there. So I do appreciate y'all. So before we get to that, I do want to highlight some of the other things that happened around this time, which was Diddy apologizing for the footage with his altercation with Cassie.
Altercation? That's what we call altercation takes 2.
That's how it was labeled in the headline.
Oh, okay.
Okay, these are not my words.
Assault.
That's what that was.
This wasn't assault. This comes off of him denying it. He did the post, which is why, again, salute to Dame Dash for saying, if I don't hear from you, I don't hear from you, right? Diddy had posted a message on his Instagram saying, I didn't do this. I'm going to clear my name, yada, yada, yada. You can go look that up. But then the footage came out. The footage leaked, apparently, from CNN. Nobody still knows to this day how it came out, but this changed the course of everything for Diddy, the optics, again, and also prayers and condolences and shout out, and just highlighting, again, the victims and Cassie, because when you have power, when you have influence, your word against the person that has all of the influence and the resources, your voice gets minimized, your story gets minimized. And so there was a lot of people who may have doubted her because they didn't physically or actively see it. So when this came out, it shifted a lot in that. And then again, Diddy was forced to apologize. We don't have to talk about the apology video, which a lot of people did skits of, but this was a big moment around this time.
Yeah, I think the thing that stood out to me the most, you mentioned it, this was broadcasted on CNN. A lot of the time when we see this messy stuff or what things where looks like the worst of their light, there's usually on like blog sites or websites. This was on a news network on front page. Like, okay, you know what? It feels like someone gave it to them as opposed to like a blog finding some bullshit. So again, the first time when we actually got to see him in a very demonic state. Like, you just see Diddy, who we've all known and revered over the years, to just assault a person, and your word now just crumbles. Your word just crumbles.
Yep.
We don't believe you.
We don't believe you.
And we still don't trust you.
Still don't trust you.
Still don't trust you.
Still don't trust you. Exactly.
And something like this is something that kind of plays against anybody who may not have done certain things and try to clear their name, right? And again, going back to present day, we see the situation with Hov, which we'll get to a little bit later. But all of these things are connected in some way because all of a sudden, Diddy and Jay-Z aren't friends. And I understand why. They may not want to be friends or, you know, I get this, but you just create such a hole in all of your arguments and defending yourself, and you put your family in the line of fire when you say, hey, I did not do. If you know you did these things, just shut the fuck up, right? Like at the very least, because it exists. It's there somewhere.
You know you did it.
But
like,
Can we also let's like define friends, because you got like your work friends and then you got like your friend friends.
Yes,
you know what I'm
great.
saying?
For sure,
so
for
I
sure,
feel
for
like when people say, "Oh, now Diddy and Jay ain't friends," I mean like Tata is Jay's friend.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, like that's his friend.
Yeah.
I think Diddy is his friend the same way we're friends with our work friends. Like
Yes.
we friends. No, colleagues.
You know what? Let's remove friend, right? The word close though. How do you become close to a person?
I'm close to my coworkers and I don't talk to them niggas outside of work.
I agree, but
Amen.
the word close, you're still close with a person. So you trying to put out a statement as if like you guys have never been close and it's only been about business.
Like
Comes
we
off
all,
a bit
like
facetious.
we only see each other at events,
Come
and it's
on
like,
now. It's all right.
but I don't know.
You're my dog. I get what he's saying though. Like he wasn't in the crib every day, all day. No, of course not. But they were close.
But also,
sure.
when you're working with somebody,
yeah.
I might not agree with everything you got going on.
yeah.
I might collab with you, you know what I'm saying? But I don't really like Capricorns.
Hey, yo.
Oh my god, yo! I'm the last one standing. She said she's done with African men. That's Alex. Boom. She said she's done with
What's your
Capricorn men. That's SaVon. Boom. I'm still here.
I'm totally joking. I fuck with Capricorns. My OG's a Capricorn. But I'm just saying, like, you can work with somebody and still not agree with their stand.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And I wish he would have just said that though.
True.
That comes off just a bit more genuine. Like, hey, we have been close over the years with certain things. I've never done anything nasty, but I don't align to stand with whatever he's in. Boom.
Instead
cool.
of acting like,
Yeah, then start acting like, no, we never been close. No, I don't know this nigga. I bet. Say that. You got it. I get it though. I totally
This is what
get
you
it.
gotta
It's
do.
big business at play. It's money at play. I understand.
There's
it,
a lot at
absolutely.
stake. This is the type of
Yeah.
statement you have to put out,
Absolutely.
honestly.
And these are some nasty ass allegations. So I get it. You want to get away from this
Damn,
shit.
we're only in May.
Disgusting. Yes, we're only in May.
That's not crazy.
Let's get to the shit. Y'all ready?
Damn.
Because this is when it got a little bit crazy.
Now, like you said, Drake had came off of a tour.
Yes.
So he finally took his time, right? Put out push-ups, correct?
Yes.
Correct. And after he put out push-ups, it was about like a 2-month or like a month and a half, we were kind of just waiting for Kendrick, right? Mm-hmm. And people were just assuming that it was going to be the same thing that happened, right? Oh, he's not going to reply back. Mm-hmm. This is never going to happen. And then what happened?
Well, let's for those who may not remember what push-up sounds like. So this is it.
crazy.
You ain't no big three.
That did not age well, Drake. Oh my God. I remember when this dropped and we covered this. Shout out to Need to Know, you know, we're very diligent over here. Like, we came in and I thought it was a cool song. I didn't know what was gonna happen, guys. Like, I was like, you know what? I like it. I listened to it at the gym a lot. Like, and then I remember specifically, Alex was like, guys, you think how you big stepping with a size 7 men's on is enough to take out Kendrick? Like Alex did tell us, his take was very accurate. He was like, this is child's play. Like, please. Like,
That was a 7-minute drill for him.
Did he
The push-ups was a 7-minute drill.
Did he not know that? I think he's so caught up into the rest of the field, and we saw that throughout the battle. Yeah, maybe that would have worked with French Montana and Rick Ross.
Oh shit, not the stray.
Salute though, that's my guy.
French Montana always has stray.
That's my Moroccan brother.
Yeah, African brother.
That's my brother. Yeah, salute to him. That's my guy. But yeah, maybe it would have worked for them. Yeah, now you good? Yeah, maybe it would have worked. Maybe it would have worked for them niggas.
The whole laugh is crazy.
he can do it all.
Yeah, maybe that would have worked on Rick Ross or French Montana. But I'm thinking to myself, listening to the song, and again, we've heard Drake in battle. I heard how critical he could get.
Yeah.
So I was just so disappointed by his own pen. Because I'm like, damn, I heard you come a little harder. Is this how you want to come out the gate against Kendrick?
It was cute.
Yes,
it was
exactly
cute.
what I said,
It was a little jokey.
It was cute.
It was cute.
Pipsqueak.
The jokes started with Euphoria. I laughed. My first time listening through, I'm like, oh shit, this nigga is funny as hell.
Kendrick is funny.
He's so fucking funny.
Like his jokes be hitting. Yeah.
Wait, I didn't even know he was this funny.
Like, he's very clever. He's very clever.
Read, I believe
witty.
you see 2 bad bitches. You might pop ass with him.
That was a bar. I ain't gonna lie. That was funny.
I was cracking the fuck up. That shit, the accent, don't speak on the family, Crody.
Really?
Like, I can't
She can get deep in the family, Chloe.
funny.
I was laughing the whole
It's comedy, yeah.
the whole
Listen,
time.
I can't wait to get there. The takeaway from this song was him mentioning Whitney. The only Whitney I knew was
What?
Whitney Whitney
I don't
Houston.
know what you were thinking.
But honestly, even not this record, but there was like a fake AI Drake.
Yeah, we gonna get to that's next. That came out right after this.
okay.
Yep, let's do it. Let's do it. Go to it.
And it was hi Whitney, won't you come and get high with me? I'm like, ain't no way this shit AI. It's niggas laughing in the background. Like, that shit was not AI, and that's where he fucked up. Why would you bring his girl into this?
He brought his girl and Tupac into it on the next stage.
Simultaneously.
That was the other part, right?
Drake is crazy.
So
like,
Push-Ups.
what are you doing?
No, that's just low. There's no
so
character.
crazy.
After Push-Ups came out, right? And again, Push-Ups, that was the first initial response from Drake to Like That. Because, again, all of the pressure was on Drake at this point. Because we heard for all the dog references, we heard everything you said when you was with Future, when you was with Metro. So now, boom. Here comes Push-Ups. We get the jokes. Like you said, it was cute. You talk about his shoe size. You talk about his height. It was cute. But what wasn't cute is, and again, I hate to say this, and I hate to know that Drake is somebody who was so clouded by his ego that he's not able to learn and adjust. Do not talk about somebody's wife.
What happened before?
You don't talk about somebody's girl.
Push-Up.
What happened before?
Yes.
Just
like,
do not talk about somebody's wife.
Yeah, and
right?
he always like does that.
You gotta learn
always
from
brings it up.
mistakes. You gotta learn from mistakes in life, yo.
And going back to what Pusha said is, maybe it's because you don't know how to value a family, because you never seen a wife or you don't have a wife. But hey, that's neither here nor there, and that is not my message.
Ooh,
let's get to the next iteration of this beef. Keeping it within Q2. Going back to what Nyla said, we got the AI song, Tailor Made.
I remember it was either a TD post or a Kendrick post or something like that, or Punch. Drake commented from his own Instagram, Champagne Poppy, and then he commented, he was like, use this as a Kendrick, we want you to drop button. So that would mean like everybody like this if you want him to drop, like teasing him. I'm like, Drake, oh my God, you deserve everything you got. I'm sorry.
This was a very pivotal moment that I feel like as a culture we forget. So I'm just gonna play this little part.
Nigga, we are at war. Pay attention.
Thank you.
That's what
Thank you.
Alex has said that a lot too.
I said that all throughout the battle.
Yeah.
Why are you focusing on these niggas right now?
That song is not on streaming. Right? So I feel like a lot of people may forget about the song. I want to shout out Ice, because Ice sent me a file that had all of these songs in chronological order. So I have that that song on my phone, so I can listen to it whatever. It feels like it's on streaming for me.
That's a little disgusting. That's a little nasty.
I'm not mad. I get it.
Look what he listened to on the ride out.
You can judge me.
Look what he listened to the ride out to dinner.
Why are
Look.
you listening to AI Tupac repeatedly?
It's gotta be true.
But it keeps my memory very fresh, and it keeps me very sharp. And I remember how Drake was talking to Kendrick on this song, because a lot of people just go by what's available to them, which is what is on streaming. So this song, and when Drake is talking like, hey man, you gotta drop, you gotta be true, I don't even know what you willing to do, like, right? He's really talking to Kendrick in a way that it's like, wait, you asked for all of the things that came to you.
Absolutely.
Right? Like, you really asked for it, but because it's not on streaming, a lot of people forget, or maybe there's some people who haven't even heard that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Go for it, Alex.
No, you're fine. And with Tailor Made Freestyle, I said this here, but you weren't here, Nala, so I'm going to repeat it again. I think that song was probably the most impactful throughout the battle. And just hear me out, right? I think that's the song that actually bothered Kendrick. Like, when Kendrick heard Push-Ups, we was all in here just laughing just now, right? He was like, oh, okay, ha, ha, ha. When you tapped into Tupac, my legend, my GOAT, if I'm Kendrick Lamar, and you're tapping into the West Coast, and then you're gonna bring Snoop in on it, I think that actually annoyed him. Yeah. And which got him to really get into that bag where I'm like, you know what, I gotta finish, boy.
Because Kendrick has referenced that song like multiple times throughout the battle.
Yes.
So it did really hit a nerve.
I think that really struck a nerve. So I think that's a point. I can't lie. I think
Not
that's a
mad
point.
at that. Right after Tailor Made,
yeah.
One of the better songs from this beef came out of this, which was
the best.
The best.
I was gonna ask what y'all felt was the best.
Come on, man. Don't even play.
This right here?
Oh, there you go.
We had
is-
so much commentary around that line as a culture on this podcast. But just all encompassing. You can see the energy that song even brings out of night. Yo, Nyla, you a real nigga for that. You took your jacket off for that shit.
She got hype.
Shorty got turned here.
But that came after Tailor Made, and this kind of set the tone.
Yeah.
After.
That's what was what we were like, okay, it's for real. Like, it's for real.
It's just, do you remember all of the dissertations and explanations people were trying to do when we first heard Euphoria? Because it was so layered.
It was.
The beat he chose.
The beat he chose, what he was saying. People were really doing a deep dive on this song and were so impressed by not only the bar work, but the level of critical thinking you had to apply to it.
Yes.
You feel me? So for people that really lay down bars, like this right here, this one stuck for him.
Yeah.
But also, like, what Nyla was saying earlier about Kendrick being funny, when he, what is it, the braids? Like, that's funny. Like, that's funny. Like,
what is it, the braids?
Like, Kendrick, what? Like yeah.
Like, we know you're lyrical, but you also know what's gonna be impactful.
This nigga is funny. He could be an actor because the way he delivers.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
And the crazy thing is, it's a 6-minute song.
Yeah.
And I listened to it on repeat for like until the next song dropped. Yeah, just keep listening to it. But my favorite, well, not. All right, the whole song is my favorite, but I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress.
It was just
hate the way that you sneak this.
Overt. It wasn't flowery. It was like, I hate you, and this is why. Like, I love it. Like,
I'm gonna own being a hater.
Yes.
Like, yeah, I'm hating. Now what?
I think,
now what? Yeah, I'm hating. Nigga, what's up?
It plays into this is a saying that I hear sometimes, but we need to bring shame back.
Yeah.
That's what he was leaning into. I'm bringing shame back. Matter of fact, I hate that shit.
Yes.
I hate that shit.
No, you hit that right on the head. Because I think this was the song that actually affected Drake the most. Because you're getting into all the logistics of who Drake is as a person.
Yeah.
I know he did more of that on Not Like Us. But to start here and to really take an inside look at who you are as an individual, what I can see through, I know that hurt.
Stop. Got it.
That's so strategic because it created a conversation
Yeah.
around who Drake is as a person.
Like, have we ever thought about Drake saying nigga?
Never, because he's black.
You know why?
We saw his black
I feel like
dad.
it has come up before, no? Or has it not? I don't know.
Maybe.
I never even thought about it.
I think
We
people
saw his black dad.
people have brought it up before, but that conversation never gained like wheels.
Yeah.
But now that Kendrick said it, everyone's like jumping in on it. Yeah.
Put a spotlight on it.
I like and I dislike it. But that's partially why I didn't really like Rick Ross's song, was because it's like, it's really not about color. Like, people are trying to make this a black and a white thing. This is not a black and a white thing. This is just of like, do you have the stripes to be doing the things that you're doing?
Like, are you of the culture?
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Well
And
said,
we ain't even
well
really
said.
get to talk about it because throughout this beef, not only did Kendrick and Drake have their back and forth, but Drake also addressed a lot of other people that we knew he had issues with. A$AP Rocky, The Weeknd, Rick Ross, and then, you know, come to find out, Lucian Grange and UMG, right? Like, there's a lot.
The op list is long.
The op list was crazy this year. But around this time, right, like, we don't want to hear you say nigga no more. It stuck because when he sued UMG, and I'm fast forwarding a little bit, but when he sued them, that was the first thing that I thought about. It was like, oh, this isn't of the culture.
This that Karen shit.
It's not. It's that. Yes.
Hey, that white side popping out, boy.
It has nothing to do with your skin tone, what it is. It's like, it's a of the culture kind of thing. And so even for Kendrick to say that, it was like, oh shit, he's talking in a different way. And I do want to salute Pusha T because I think Pusha T also tried to make the same reference.
The blackface picture should have got Drake out of it.
It should have.
It didn't.
It should have. It didn't.
Pusha was ahead of his time.
No, these niggas is low-key oracles, man.
Yes.
For sure. Again, just keeping it in chronological order because all of the things that we're talking about now happen in like this Q2 kind of scenario. So all of these songs, and again, going back to what I said, shout out to my mom and dad for fucking, because they allowed me and allowed us to see this during this time period and to be able to appreciate it.
Yeah.
These songs came out within an 8-week span.
Crazy.
This song, this layers.
Stressful ass 8 weeks.
Stressful ass.
Oh my God.
I couldn't even sleep.
Couldn't sleep.
Literally.
I couldn't even sleep, yo. I was gonna wake up to another diss track.
literally.
I was like,
used
oh my
to-
God.
Yo, I used to have nightmares of waking up and seeing on the screen The Hard Part 6. Like, I don't know, like,
Because the other thing is like, we're trying to vacation around
we
this time
wanted
of
to take a
year.
break,
Bro,
yeah.
I couldn't.
Begging Alex and Regi to not talk into a microphone because I just needed rest.
Bro, we potted about Euphoria on my birthday.
We did.
I remember that shit.
We did.
My people brought in the cake for me and everything. We was talking about Kendrick over cake.
That's fine.
We did. So
We celebrated hip hop together.
This time was really, really crazy. Right after Euphoria, Kendrick dropped again, 616 in LA.
Facts.
Now, this didn't get as much mainstream success, but a lot of people said this was the most cerebral track that he had because of the sample that he used and what he was saying. I don't even know where to cut it off because it's like,
So
it's just so much content in this record as a total.
Yeah.
But this came out right after Euphoria. And so now, again, a lot of people are looking, all right, Drake, what are you about to do? What can you do? What will you do? Because Kendrick has you on a rope. We have not seen, there's two people that we have not seen against the ropes the way that we did this year. Drake and Jay-Z.
Yep.
We haven't seen Hove with his back against the wall in the way that we have, and we have not seen Drake in the way that we've seen him this year. Kendrick is the first person to really put the pressure on Drake in this way. And these two songs, I think, really set the tone. You know what I'm saying? Because not only was it back-to-back, but he's speaking to you as a person.
Now, I'm glad you mentioned that because I learned a lot about rap fans around this time. I'm one of those people, I like Boss Man D-Lo. I also like J. Cole. I also like Kendrick Lamar. I also like fucking MKG. Like, I like underground artists. This battle made me...
MGK? Machine Gun Kelly?
No, we'll talk later.
Oh, my fault. I thought you said
We'll talk later. But this made me realize that people don't want balance in hip-hop. They either just want all of the turn up or nothing. Because why aren't you able to digest what's being said on the analytical rap level and then also enjoy the club records or also enjoy the records that are super palatable? I was woke up around this time. I ain't gonna lie. People surprised me. I thought we loved rap first. That is dying out.
No, people do not love rap.
They don't.
They
I'm learning that now.
Yeah.
I thought we did.
Also,
They
just
don't.
the people in general, like just widening the lens of like what Alex just said. I feel like people who say they love hip hop and R&B and like music, but they weren't really tapped into the beef. I was like, how could you not be so incredibly excited about what's going on right now? That's why I was like,
I don't get it. Yeah, like, what's going on?
Like, this is like the biggest event in this genre. For
Like, what are you doing?
Man,
like, it's okay. You can be a Drake fan and respect the fact that someone else is rapping at a higher level. Not even a higher level, just a high level.
This is history.
It is.
Definitely.
It was.
Yeah,
so
that
many
is what
levels.
powered us through covering this and being so tired because we're like, yo, this is special. So
Super special. And I'm glad we were able to kind of digest it as it should.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's music at the end of the day.
This is CNN.
Yo,
NTK. NTK. I be trying to tell you.
we gotta stop. They're gonna send us a cease and desist.
Sorry, all right.
I'm not mad at that. And then Drake, we finally hear from Drake. Now, these songs are really, really long. And if you want to relive these things, go back and do it on your own time. All right?
We are going to get copyrighted.
we ain't gonna listen to the whole song.
Yeah.
But there are just certain moments that I do want to highlight. And this is one of them from the next song, Family Matters. There's 3 different iterations, 3 different versions, but this is where I like to
This
start.
joint came on.
Just open
Open his mouth. Hey,
Someone's gonna hand him a Grammy right now.
If this was anybody
song was
else,
going. Smoking them.
It would have been
it might have
Game
looked
over.
really scary
And
for
the
his
funny part
opponent.
is, this nigga is really about to get the Grammy. He about to get
Yeah,
a
he
lot of
really-
Grammys off of singles and a tape.
Yes.
You know, like,
Yo, I really could see not like us winning a Grammy. Like for real,
Yeah.
for real.
I was thinking about this recently. I think Drake wanted it to be a 1v20 all throughout. Even though we knew it was him and Kendrick, I think it better suited him if he felt like he had to position it and narrate it as if, yo, it's me against 20 people.
going back to Euphoria, it's a 20 verse 1. If I got smack niggas that right with you.
Full circle.
Yeah.
I've been thinking
Great
about this
response.
recently because I'm like, yo, why do I know at that time, yo, there's only one person you need to pay attention to right now.
Yes.
But he wasn't doing it. And even as we're listening to Family Matters, he's still shooting at other people.
Yeah.
So I'm like, maybe to him, in hindsight, he probably thought like, I need to position this as everyone is against me.
Do you think that was like an excuse? Like, oh my God, I'm battling 20 people.
Yes.
So
It was definitely a crutch. And I also
okay.
feel like,
Good word.
like, I know they're saying that like people were being fed information, whatever the case may be.
Moles.
I low-key feel like Drake got fed a Kendrick record that he thought was gonna like come out.
Yeah.
And then why was there already a music video for it? Like he was acting like he already won. Like he packed this shit up type shit.
Yeah, like I'm good. Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, this is off.
The battle goes differently if Family Matters comes out before Push-Ups, right?
If Family Matters, yes.
If that's the first diss track that comes out from the battle.
100%. Smoking.
Smoking, right?
Smoking.
That's the Drake we know, right?
Yes.
You're getting at him. Yeah, sure, you got at other people like Pharrell, but this is the bop we like.
We actually didn't even really play the part that we should have played. What's the nigga you da 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 da?
I gotta go bad. I gotta go bad.
Wait, you mentioned my scene. I'll deal with his dad. I gotta go bad. I gotta go bad.
That shit, yo.
But that sounds a little silly to me. It's like Drake.
Okay.
No one's scared.
But it's the fact that he started with nigga after we just told you we ain't want to hear
playing into it.
Nigga, you know, I was like, oh, he's doubled down.
He doubled down. He said, oh, you think I can't say nigga?
Yeah.
Watch this. I'm going to do that. I don't know. I'm thinking about that. I'm like, bro, I think he really wanted to position it that way. Because if not, you would understand the severity of the moment and realizing like, all right, cool. On paper, I've got a loss against Pusha T.
Yep.
Right? Sure, I beat a Common, but I saw how the Pusha T thing went down. Wouldn't I want to put all my focus and energy just on this one individual who's really talented?
Yeah.
Wait, but I don't know if Family Matters dropped first, like you said, it would change things, obviously, but he would have still lost, though, because Kendrick already has these
I agree.
crazy tracks coming after.
Yeah, but you know what? Family Matters came through on the latter part of the releases, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, cool. I think fans were finally like, all right, cool. This is what we want from you, Drake. But at that time, look what was already released.
Nah, if Family Matters came out sooner.
Right.
I mean, Kendrick, I honestly don't know if Kendrick would have won. He probably would have won just because Drake is bad at strategy.
Yeah, that's what won the battle.
Yeah.
That's super ego.
Oh my God, I feel like I'm going to get judged and I'm the minority here, but Family Matters was my favorite song from the Beef.
I
love that song.
That's not a problem.
Like, but I feel like everyone unanimously agrees it's Euphoria. That's the best song, but I like Family Matters.
A lot of people like Family Matters.
It's a diss track that's palatable.
But I like Euphoria. That shit is. I'm standing on business.
Yeah. I think she has to take her jacket off.
That's my shit.
She does it. Yeah. Those are definitely the two. Real quick, let's kind of wrap this beef part of Q2 up. So right after Family Matters, we get the most eerie track of them all, which is Meet the Grams. I don't even want to play it.
That's the most eerie track of hip hop.
It might be.
That beat alone is like.
It was scary.
Took the Alchemist beat and just went dummy with it.
Yeah.
It got spooky.
Because Nyla's so good at selling things.
Yes, you got to pull it up now.
Because you're really good at this shit, Nyla, I got you.
Now this is like most of the fan base was on a high from Family Matters. And then you gotta go digest this now? Like, oh my God.
Yeah, we were like,
this was not one of the ones I gotta repeat. This was the one, like, I listened once, twice, and then I'm like, nah, nigga, I want my soul to stay intact.
Exactly.
I want to pray now.
I gotta burn stage when I listen to this.
I'm choosing me.
I'm choosing me, yeah. And the highlight of that song was that people are alleging that Kendrick was lying about a potential daughter. I'll say what I've been saying all year. I don't give a fuck. I've watched battle rap all my life. Not one time has it been centered or based around the facts. It's all about who could be the most volatile in the moment to win and win public perception.
And who to say he don't got a kid? He already lied to us one time. Like, it's not far-fetched.
I don't know what nobody got exactly.
This is true.
I have no idea.
I do think that was like a big accusation, like a big thing that Kendrick threw in there, and I feel like, it was so overshadowed by everything else, though. That's how wild this battle was. Like, you literally said he had a secret daughter and no one cares. Like, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
In hindsight, what I want to say to that is, I don't think Kendrick was saying he had a secret daughter. I think he was speaking to the future daughter that Drake could have.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh.
I don't think that he was speaking to something that, I don't think he was trying to present it as a fact that Drake had a daughter.
Got you.
Right? I think that the internet took that narrative and said, oh shit, he did it before. Let's go find a girl that looks like Drake and make it his daughter. No, I think that Kendrick was speaking to his soul like, yo, at these stages of your life, you already had a son who you didn't necessarily claim. Your parents, you raised a horrible fucking child, right? Like, we're speaking about facts. This is what he said.
No, yeah, I was thinking
so
he said his mother's name, like Drake's mother's name, and spoke to her on a full verse.
Yeah.
Like, damn,
Don't talk to my mother like that, yo.
And he talked to his father, like, you raised a horrible fucking human who has sex addiction, gambling addiction, gambling problem, got a body. Like, he went there throughout this whole track, but I think when it came to the daughter, really quick, I think he was just speaking to a scenario of if Drake had a daughter, like, you need to hear this, because this is how I think, based on the trajectory of the parent and the person that Kendrick thinks Drake to be, this is what it would be like if he had to speak to Drake's daughter, opposed to trying to reveal that Drake had a daughter.
Oh, I never thought of it like that.
I never thought about it like that.
either.
Yeah, that's definitely on the table.
See, this is why we should review things a few months later. See what we get.
See things out.
For sure. That's what I thought.
That's a fact. Wow.
So right after Meet the Grams came out, The year kind of ended.
Don't say that.
No, the beef ended. I'm sorry.
2 days later.
Yeah.
2 days later.
Just 2.
We got a #1 record.
And that's what I'm saying. Like right after
Double
Meet the
back.
Grams, the year ended.
The fucking
was
jokes
insane.
in a hit
And
record.
He
It's a
said,
type
make
of
sure you
song
hide your little sister
from
from
him.
like.
I got little sisters.
What?
They hiding.
Yo.
They're hiding right now, bro. What
And
the
you know
fuck?
what? When you first heard it, it was undeniable.
Yeah, it's a hit.
Right? It's
a
not
hit.
the type of song that you have to wait for it to creep up on you and be
Yeah.
like, no, okay, now I get it. No, the moment we first heard it, all of us, we knew what it was.
And the beat is kind of haunting too.
Dun, 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 dun. Boom. Dun, 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 dun.
But it's still,
Whoa.
it's still West Coast.
Like, oh my God, what's going on?
Man.
And then he does
See,
another
sometimes
breakdown.
you don't need. Oh my God, because I tweeted this and I tweeted like "Love Yours" by J. Cole, like change people's lives, whatever. And a lot of people were commenting like, "I like it, but it's just too overt. Like it's too in your face for me."
I guess.
But I'm like, sometimes you just need a straightforward verse, and that's what Kendrick did, and Not Like Us. Like it was straightforward, no fucking flowery metaphors. Like this is why I hate Drake. You like him young. Like it was very straight, and that's why all of us just got it immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a great song. Song of the year. Candidate for sure. There was a lot
Wait,
that was said.
Can you play the
breakdown?
The Atlanta
The
part?
Atlanta breakdown?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
Let's
Oh
get
my
to
God,
it.
and he started the verse
Yeah.
like, once upon a time. Like, it was
Once
like,
upon a time, one of us was in
He
chains.
said,
Homie still,
stay along, stay with
yeah,
stay
like the
with me.
campfire, the campfire.
homie still double down, calling us some slaves. That hurts. Like
That was it. That
if
was
you
it.
drink, you gotta act like they ain't hurt. But that hurts.
He can't.
You gotta act like this shit ain't hard.
Yeah, you gotta act like that. I get it.
I wonder what it
With his
feels.
sarcasm, I get it.
wonder what it feels like to be Drake, because we all agree that line is hard.
Yeah.
What does it feel like? Like, let's say I'm Drake and everyone's looking at me like, damn, that shit.
Yo,
Like everyone's looking at him like, whoa.
a fucking colonizer. And the reason why it really hit so hard is because him and his team, though I do enjoy how they collaborate with other cultures and other cities and
Right.
spotlight, in a way, you know, you that line hits because it's true.
Yeah.
And once
Like-
again, something that we've kind of all been sort of desensitized to, Kendrick sheds light to. And we start looking at things, or fans start looking at things a bit more differently, like, wow, damn, I never really thought about it like that.
Like he made some points. Like he made some points.
He's been collecting Infinity Stones.
That's right.
Drake, he started out with Bad Bunny and now with the okay, and then he went on the Popcorn.
But
You know what I'm saying? Like,
The popcorn.
I don't want to shit on him being a colonizer all the way because I do enjoy
Yes.
his collaboration.
That's beautiful too.
I love
Yeah.
Blim.
for sure.
You know,
Love Blem. No, Blem my shit. Let's not play.
Unruly.
Now let's calm it down.
Unruly.
Unruly.
man.
My eyes.
This was the time. This was easily the song of the year, hip hop, and not only just in our opinions and us being a cultural phenomenon,
Right.
but it also lasted on the charts. It was on
Yeah,
the
it
charts
did.
#1 for a very long time. So this is not just my personal opinion that this was a great song, but the charts and the people have also spoke, which Drake challenged later in the year by, suing UMG for saying, hey, this was not organic. This was fake. There was bots. There was a lot that went into this being as big as it was, and we'll get to that. But again, just to kind of wrap up, Q2 was crazy.
Yo.
Everything exploded.
Q2 was crazy. Real quick, just to highlight some of the songs and the artists and the music, because I know it was a very difficult time for you to be an artist during this time. You worked your whole life.
I know.
You worked so hard to put your album, your body of work, your life's work into this time period, and it got overshadowed.
Yeah.
But just some of the people who dropped around this time. 4 Bats, thank God we don't got to talk about that person again. 4 Bats, he was a thing, and he came and
Boy,
went.
they thought he was AI.
Nah,
he got it. That's my dog.
He
Chill.
got
was
it.
some
Thank
slaps.
God.
Shout out to 4 Bats.
Yeah.
Shout
I
out to-
mean, if you
shout out
don't
to
know,
Bats.
to the new listeners, SaVon hates Gen Z.
Yo.
No,
I feel you a little
I
bit.
just don't.
Just a little bit.
Nala.
I feel you just a little
Nala,
bit.
you a DJ.
You were barely
Nala,
like
you're a
millennials.
DJ.
I know,
Stop it.
I play it, but that don't
Okay.
mean I like it.
Yeah,
Okay, but you
Hey.
play
I
it. You
play
familiar.
it, but that don't
Hey,
mean I like it.
Tyla's mad Gen Z.
Now, come on.
I love Tyla.
But that's
She's so young. She's Gen Z.
she's
She's
Gen
the
Z
core.
as fuck, but she's like
know.
she's an undeniable talent
Yeah, she
regardless
is.
of your age.
Thank you.
I love Gen Z.
Stick with
I
America.
think they're.
love
I
Gen Z.
think
Stick
they're
with
adorable.
Americans. You hear him?
Black Americans. All right? Stick with Black Americans. All right?
I told you I'm done, I swear.
But yeah, 4 Bats, he dropped around this time. Chief Keef. He dropped an album.
That was actually a pretty good album.
Shout out to Ghostface Killer too. I do want to make sure we highlight that. That was a really dope album. Set the tone. Guns N' Roses. We had Gunna Drop, A Boogie, Billie Eilish,
Makami.
And Rhapsody too. She had a really dope year too.
Yeah.
So yeah, this was Q2. So now we head into
Rhapsody album was hard, by the way, man.
It was.
Mm-hmm.
It was.
Album was hard.
So good.
It was really good.
Obviously, I'm
That's
biased,
your homie.
so I'm not even. I'm not even gonna stand on it. But
Wait,
yes.
didn't you go on tour with her?
Yeah, I did.
Oh my God, you're the coolest.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, no, Rhapsody's the coolest. I'm glad she took me. I went to Brazil with her.
I saw that.
Yeah.
She got really vulnerable in that project. I like that a lot.
She did, man.
I tapped in.
I do feel like a lot of times, especially for female rappers, they don't really make shit just for like everyday life.
No.
Like they definitely make it for the club, heartbreak, but they don't be making shit where I'm just, introspective. We need more like female introspective rap, and Rhapsody always covers that.
I agree.
For sure.
I totally agree.
And she dropped around that time. And now we kind of get into the second half of the year.